Hello YouTube. So in the last video, we determined what we call the dance, the role that we play in getting rid of the EVs in our life. In this video, we'll discuss how to get rid of the EVs who are friends because they are the easiest to get rid of. So let's get started. The first thing you do is acknowledge. Acknowledge means acknowledging your role in the dance. The second thing you do is you pack their bags. Every time this person comes to you and says, "You won't believe what happened," you say to them, "You know what? I don't have time for this. I'm sorry. Good luck with that." Hand them their suitcase, send them out the door. Every single time. Don't even let them get it all out. Just politely say, "You know what? I'm really sorry that this is happening. I don't have time. Good luck with your problem." Show them the door. It is not hanging up on someone on a phone. If you say, "I don't have time for this. I'm really sorry. I hope everything works out. Goodbye." As long as you say the word goodbye, you have not hung up on anyone. I don't care if they're mid-sentence. If they cannot respect that you have said you need to go and you say goodbye, then it's their fault for feeling they got hung up on. And if they ever come back on you on it, you politely say, "I'm sorry, I did not hang up on you. I said goodbye." Maybe it was you who did not hear the word goodbye. Always place it back on their shoulder. Every time they point out how you're making them a victim and you're being an abuser, you turn it around and you show them that they are not being abused by you. In fact, they're abusing you by not listening. Because that's one thing about an emotional vampire that is probably their worst trait. They're not good listeners. And it's your biggest weapon against them. Because they tend to not hear what they don't want to hear. So you always have that truth behind you, whatever it is. But you politely, so if you're on the phone with an emotional vampire and it's a friend and you're trying to disconnect from them, every time they call, don't ignore the call. Don't ignore the call. It's going to eat at you. It's going to create a feeling of resentment. And you're going to eventually unload those feelings on the vampire. And you don't want to do that because good, negative, it doesn't matter what kind of energy they want it. You don't want to give them anything but neutral, calm energy that they can't feed off of. So it's really important not to ignore those phone calls anymore. It's important for you to acknowledge your role, understand what you've been doing and the part you've been playing. Put their bags back on them. If it's on the phone, you politely tell them, "I'm really busy. I'm sorry. Good luck with that. Goodbye." Hang up. That's it. Not "Hi, how are you?" Nothing. "I'm really sorry. I've got to go. I'm busy. Goodbye." Hang up. If they knock on your door, "I'm sorry. This isn't a good time. No, you can't come in. Good luck with your problem. Goodbye." And shut the door. It's your house. You're not being rude. If they knock again, you politely say, "I'm firmly telling you this is not a good time. Thank you. Goodbye." Now, most EVs are very self-conscious people as well. And they're not users, so they're not going to berate you and stand on your porch and scream and yell. They're going to go, "What did I do?" And they're going to go find someone to listen to how mean you are. And they're going to go drain off someone else. And you're going to be the abuser who heard that poor little vampire's feelings. Why? Because you protected yourself, you stood up for yourself, and you were polite about it? Don't give it another thought. There's no guilt involved in being polite, being honest, and having closure. So as long as you say goodbye when you're on the phone with them, as long as you're polite when you answer the door, but you don't let them in and you're firm and you say goodbye, you have nothing to feel guilty for. If you don't answer the phone, you have something to feel guilty for, because then you have to have a reason you didn't answer it. If you don't answer the door, you have something to feel guilty for. Don't allow the guilt to overcome the goal. The goal is to get rid of the emotional vampire. How do you get rid of an emotional vampire? You give them neutral energy. Period. They cannot feed off of neutral energy. Everything you do to them has to be in an attitude of indifference. Not I like you, or I hate you, or I loathe you, or I love you. Just plain neutral, indifferent energy. They cannot accuse you of hiding from them or avoiding them if you're answering your door or your phone. They cannot manipulate that guilt that they've been manipulating if you don't allow them to have a manipulative area. So the first and most important thing that applies to all EVs is deal with them honestly. Don't avoid them. Don't hide from them. Don't play games, because then you will be contributing to the dance and feeding the energy. So that's the first way that we handle EVs. Neutral, indifferent energy. Polite, to the point. No extra adjectives, no highs, no how are yous, no how's the kids, none of that. If they ask a personal question, say, you know what, I just said I really don't have time. I'm sorry. Have a good day. Goodbye. Hang up, shut the door. Either one. Hang up, shut the door. Thank you, goodbye. That's simple. You'll only have to do it about 6 or 7 times before they won't be calling you every day. Now, they might call in a month or two to see if you're going to handle it the same way. And they might say, oh, you know, I haven't heard from you in a couple months. Don't reply. 2, 3 months later, they call you. You say, you know what? I'm really busy. I'm sorry. Have a good day. Goodbye. Done. That's always your reply. Nothing less, nothing more. Polite. Goodbye. Eventually, they go away. You have nothing to feel guilty for, so anything they say doesn't trigger you when you're trying to say your goodbye. So as they're giving you the, oh, you've been ignoring me, and you're overrunning their sentences, just immediately your reply, every time you hear the voice, immediately, I'm sorry, I'm really busy, I've got to go, goodbye. However you want to handle it politely, do it. Don't avoid. Honesty. Straightforward honesty.